Hello my loyal YouTube subscribers. Today is a special day, hopefully, fingers crossed still. So as most of you should know by now, the cars from Japan came in. We have the GTO, the Delica, and of course the beautiful 180. And I fixed up the GTO. Everything's good to go on that. The Delica's good to go. I just have a couple things left on the 180 to fix. And one of the biggest things that I've been worried about finding is right in here, a dash. These things are notorious for having bad dashes, and this one is definitely no exception. Even though it only has like 30,000 original miles, I think it's set outside for a lot of its life. You know, the paint wasn't the best whenever I got it. I had it painted, and I was trying to source a dash before I left Japan, but I was having the hardest time. I was all over Yahoo Auctions Japan like every day for the last like month I was there, but I just kept having no luck. There'd be a few come up that were clean with no cracks, and then they would end up being, I would ask Ito-san to bid for me, and he'd bid for me, and I'd tell him, you know, up to like 300 bucks, and then it would end up selling for like 350 bucks. So I kept getting kind of an unfortunate luck, kind of like when I was trying to buy an R33 GTR. So coming back to the States, I figured, well, there's no chance I'm gonna find one in the States, so I'll have to pull the dash and, you know, fill the cracks and sand and paint and do all this other stuff, or send it off to somebody to refurbish the dash. But luckily, I think I found a dash. Now, do you guys remember the Toyota Aristo that was out at Cars and Coffee 2 videos ago? That is my buddy Brandon. We used to hang out back in the day. I think he had an Ultima Coupe back in the day when we did a lot of hanging out. But he's got that Aristo now, it's really nice. And just the other day, I actually was riding through my neighborhood and I saw his car in my neighborhood. I was like, what the heck? I messaged him and he was over at one of his friends' house. They were working on a IS 300. And we got to talk and I was like, yeah, man, I'm still looking for this dash. He's like, I think I saw one, you know, not so long ago. I can't remember where it was. And then a couple days later, he sends me a link to Marketplace. And there's a dash for a 180 right-hand drive, like 15 minutes down the road for sale. It's a whole front clip for a 180 or S13. And the dash is in it and it's not cracked. So hopefully it checks out. Hopefully we get over there and it's not a scam or something, but I am excited, and this could be one of the last pieces of the puzzle for the 180. The 180 is an absolutely beautiful car. Such low mileage, one owner in Japan. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Man, I just love looking at it on camera right now. That color just shines in the right light. But let's go get the dash so that the interior can match the exterior. When I was trying to buy the dash, he was kind of being a little sketchy about it at first, didn't want to sell it, or he wanted to sell it, but he thought I was kind of kicking rocks at him or something, but I messaged him back, and now we're gonna head over there. I sent him a picture of the one, he's like, dude, I have a 180, I just need a dash, come on, sell it to me. So now we're gonna take the Delica, since, I mean, we could probably fit the dash in there, but we can definitely fit the dash in the 180, or in the Delica. So let's take the Delica. Haven't driven the GTO in a couple days. Actually, I take that back. I did drive the GTO yesterday and went and took updated pictures of it. You can check out the link on the Garage Defend website. I updated the pictures for it and everything on there. But for now, it's time to climb into our chariot. I really just wish the Delica had good radio though. Like, it's cool that it's stocked, but I get like one channel, and it's crap channel. Look over there in the neighborhood across from me, there's an old Mustang. Thing looks pretty clean. Quick stop at my favorite QT. No gas today for the Delica, or no diesel, I'm sorry. It's so weird filling up a diesel. But I had to get some cash for this dash. It's crazy, man. This dash is like half of the price of what I would have paid in Japan. So I'm getting a great deal, and for it to be 15 minutes down the road is hilarious. So apparently I should just take my cars to QT and park them out there. There was a girl that came up who said she's got 5 kids. She didn't look like she had 5 kids, so I don't know if she was pulling my leg or what. But she saw the for sale sign on the side of it and asked if she could take some pictures of it, and I let her take a couple pictures, and she said she was gonna talk to her husband about it. Like, not even a car person at all. It's like, it's right-hand drive, it's kind of weird, you sure? She's like, yeah, it's really cool. And while she was taking pictures of it, then another guy walked by, he's like, holy hell, that thing's cool, man, that's badass. That's just like the common reaction for the Delica around here. That's badass. So funny. But we are on our way, should be there in about 20 minutes. Hopefully the dash checks out. Maybe we'll sell the Delica along the way, we'll see. I'm just gonna aim this camera on out the window while we talk for a minute here. You know, I really, I love all the cars that I bought. All the cars that are here, I absolutely love them, and if they weren't to sell, then I would not be upset. Obviously though, as I have said in previous videos, I do need to sell them. It's the nature of the business I'm in now, and I do want to buy more cars and keep importing more cars and make money that way, starting the dealership and everything. But one thing I've always been about, even before importing cars from Japan, just, selling cars you know, my FRS, my S2000, things like that, I always hope that the cars go to someone that won't be around, somebody that I won't have to see it all the time. Now, that lady might have been from Easley, where I'm from, but obviously not a car person. It doesn't seem like. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe her husband's into cars. Maybe she's secretly into cars. But at least that way, maybe when I go out to car meets and stuff, I wouldn't have to see my old Delica just staring at me, make me cry. But if it does go to a car person too, that'd be awesome, just so I can like keep up with it and talk to people and see how people modify it in the future. The Delicas are such awesome cars, or vans, and there's just so many things you can do to them accessory wise. I'm gonna say I'm in the right place, judging by the S14 over here in the driveway, but I don't know the guy, so I'm gonna put the camera away for now. Bros, success. Right-hand drive dash acquired, no cracks. It's got a couple teeny like little pieces right here, but we'll get it home, we'll clean it up, we'll see how good it looks. I mean, it's already a million times better than the dash that's in the car, so super satisfied. And what a heckin' lucky find to be able to find this here 15 minutes from the house. All right, we are back at the house. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at this dash. It's not the best, like I said, but good Lord, is it better than that ridiculousness in there. It's gonna look so much better. Hopefully I can get this dash out without breaking that piece too, because that piece isn't on there, so I need to transfer that piece over to mine. But this thing looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of paint right there I should be able to remove. You know, it's got some dirt. Looks like it wasn't completely properly cleaned. But man, that is way better than what I had. So I'll take tomorrow to probably clean this up. And if we have time, we'll put this in tomorrow. We'll at least get this one cleaned up tomorrow and probably get that one out. I need to look up on the Sylvia forums, the 180SX forums, and kind of see exactly how to get it out. I'm sure it's not hard. I'm sure it's just a few screws. I'm sure I could look right here. It's probably screws there, a couple there, and a couple on that side. I'm sure it's not that hard. And we will have a much better looking dash in there. And I will be much happier with the 180, because that's the last thing. Because I mean, look, we open this thing up. You look in here, it's a really clean car. I put those seats in it, it looks really good. I wish I'd got the other floor mats, but just getting that dash in there is gonna make a world of a difference. Now, there is actually one other thing in the 180 that I do need to replace that my dumb butt somehow managed to do. So like I said, I replaced both of these seats and the rear seats for the updated Type X seats. But somehow, in the mix of all of that, I didn't realize that the seat belt was sheared off of this one. I'm guessing, I don't know. I need to go back and look at the video actually where I installed them. But here it is in the States with no seatbelt on this side. And it's a driver's side seat, you know, the adjustments are over there. But the seatbelt little latch isn't there, so I'm gonna have to replace that. But that and the dash and the car will be looking good. Now I do kind of want to talk about prices a little bit. Now that I'm gonna be fixing the dash and I paid a couple $100 for this dash, probably gonna adjust the price a little bit on the 180, just because the 180 out of the three is like the cream of the crop. Like this thing, like I said many times before, such low kilometers, one owner in Japan. It's just the perfect 180, honestly. And if you go look at some of these other importers' websites, some of these guys around the country, you'll see that cars like this with double the miles are going for $25,000-ish. And I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna ask $30,000 for this 180SX, but I'm gonna think of a reasonable price once I get it all cleaned up. But this one, pretty firm on whatever I do end up deciding. It'll probably be somewhere around $21,000, $22,000. Now the other two, the Delica, I'm asking $16,800 for. Pretty firm on that, just because I love the Delica and it is one of the cleanest Delicas I've seen. In person, it is the cleanest Delica I've ever seen. And I've seen some others online that have less kilometers that might be cleaner, but this is the Super Exceed, top of the line. And I think it was only the Super Exceed that actually had the locking differential. I don't think any of the other ones did have that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm like 80% sure. So if you're looking for a Delica, don't settle for an Exceed or any of like the base models. Get the Super Exceed. Buy my Super Exceed if you want, because the Super Exceed is definitely a lot better than the lesser models. And then the GTO, I mean, 60,000 original miles. It's super clean. I cleaned up all those stinky red accents, and it does look really good, and it drives amazing. It's so much fun to drive. And I'm asking $18,150 for that one. I can be a little bit flexible with that one. If you guys are actually seriously interested, you can message me and we can talk price a little bit on it. But that's the only one I'm kind of like, I'm a little flexible on both of these, but more flexible on the GTO than I am on the Delica. And then my baby over here. God, I can't wait to take this thing up, do some driving in the mountains before I list it up. I mean, it's for sale now. If you guys want to buy it in its condition now, I'll put the dash in and you can buy it, but I just love the heck out of this thing. I honestly just can't believe that all the struggle in Japan and I find one that close to the house. It's hilarious. What the heck do you think you're doing in my bed, bud? I got bed buds. I got bed buds. And Maria. Just part of the family now. Sleeping in my bed. That is going to wrap up this video, though. I don't want to drag it out any longer. It was just a quick update that I found a dash, that I'm excited, and that somehow in this universe the dash was right down the road from the house. Oh, and that guy, his S14, that was his S14, and it was 2J swapped. It wasn't running properly, so he didn't start it up or anything, but I'm sure I'll see him again. The car community here is pretty big, but it's also kind of tight-knit, so I'm sure at some point we'll see him again and we can check out a 2JZ S14. Tomorrow, though, you guys are diving in full clothed with me, going for this dash. We're going to be removing the old one, hopefully putting the new one in, hopefully not running any issues. And then I guess we got to go junkyard diving, maybe. We should be able to get a seatbelt off of any car, I would imagine. I'm sure I can find some sort of Nissan, like a Maxima or something in the junkyard that's probably got the same seatbelts, but either way, I'll figure something out. For now, though, hope you guys enjoyed this short update video. I will see you in the next one. As always, thanks for watching.